Sports Life. Welcome to Sports Life Talk.
Hey,
Cause this is Sports Life Talk.
hey,
You rock it with Sports Life Talk.
Life Talk.
Hot topics with Sports Life Talk.
Come on.
So come and get you some Sports Life Talk. They let us in the game, now we calling the shots. Things will never be the same, so forget what you thought. Cause life without sports ain't nothing but talk. Here we go now, finally a show that makes your heart pound. Profound, wonder what's running up through your thoughts now. About to drown our podcasts that be watered down. Tell them clowns it's a new era, and it's starting now. Five total strangers, the 5 Power Rangers, approaching Sports Life Talk from 5 different angles. Get ready for the change up. We done turned the flame up. The topics that we bring up, we about to blow this thing up. Yeah, let's get it cracking. KT the head coach and Miss Manhattan. Gemini Jones hold the throne, she be calling them out. Mr. United Surgeon B. Jones, the mouth of the South. From the cover athlete to the year of the week, we got what you need. We dropping what's hot in the streets, from copping new sneaks to locals popping, doing big things. When gossip and tea, let Kimberly pour you a dream. Sports Life Talk, who is them? Went from not listening and now you're tuning in. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for listening, let the show begin. Sports Life Talk, who is them? Went from not listening and now you're tuning in. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for listening, now let the show begin.
Let's go. Let's give a round of applause for the dopest podcast. Sports Life Talk. Turn it up. Tell a friend. The revolution has begun, and it will be televised. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Sports Life Talk, where life without sports is just talk. You are joining us live, maybe on Facebook or on YouTube. And tonight we have all 5 Power Rangers with us. At the top, we have Coach KT in the building.
Yep. Hold on. Before we go, Pam, I'm liking this energy. Just keep it going. Okay,
I
let's
know,
go.
it's this hair wrap. I'm with my ancestors right now.
You got that sage going? Is that what it is?
Wait, do the hand motion again, KT? How you do it?
That sage.
Whatever. And then, of course, we have Mr. Mouth of the South, Mr. Yeet B. Jones.
Go Tigers.
Oh, boy. And then we have Mr. United Surge.
What's up? How y'all doing?
And then we have KD, Miss Manhattan, about to go on a date when she's done recording. Really?
Hey, y'all. I'm not going on a date.
Oh.
Y'all are my dates tonight.
Okay. All right. And then, of course, I am your host for the evening, Gemini Jones.
Okay.
I can tell you really love the fact that we got mics, huh? You loving your microphone.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Brett,
Called an
you didn't
upgrade.
say something? Back to you, Gemini. All right. Thanks,
Oh, an
everybody.
upgrade.
Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Tonight's episode is entitled Never Too Late to Integrate. Don't put her love life out there. Oh, you're talking about KD. I say I have none. So
Oh, my gosh.
the cover athlete this week is Bobby Mitchell. He is a former NFL Hall of Famer. And Miss Manhattan, I believe you are going to tell us all about Mr. Mitchell. So take it away.
Yes. So Mitchell attended high school in Arkansas, where he was a young gentleman with many talents. He played football, basketball, ran track, and even played baseball, in which he was so good that he got offered a contract with the St. Louis Cardinals. Did y'all know that?
Did not.
No. All right, I learned that today too. So instead of going pro with baseball, he chose to attend University of Illinois. Here he played football. He had a few big star moments. Even though his junior year, he didn't see much of the field due to a knee injury, those damn knee injuries. After his senior year, he got invited to play in the college all-star game. Mitchell was named first team All Big Ten and second team status in 1957. He was also named the Pigskin Club Honor Roll by the Pigskin Club of Washington, D.C. He was even more successful in track. He set an indoor world record with a 7.7 mark in the 70-yard low hurdles. At this moment, Mitchell was unsure whether he wanted to pursue a career in football or track. with the Summer Olympics around the corner, he had sights set on competing on the American team. However, the Browns head coach offered to pay him $7,000 during his rookie season, and that was enough to convince him to play professional football.
Wow.
In 1962, under pressure to integrate teams by the U.S. federal government, the Washington Redskins chose Bobby Mitchell as the first African American to join the organization, along with Leroy Jackson and Ernie Davis. In his first game in Washington, Mitchell ran back a 92-yard kickoff return against the Dallas Cowboys. The Redskins finished the season with the best record in 5 years. Mitchell led the league with 72 catches and 1,384 yards and ranked third with 11 touchdowns. In the past week or so, this name may sound familiar because Washington announced that it is retiring number 49 in honor of Hall of Famer Bobby Mitchell. In addition to that rare honor, the Skins are naming the lower bowl at FedEx Field after Mitchell. Following his playing days, Mitchell spent the rest of his football life as an executive with the Redskins organization. As I was doing my research on him, I believe that his family is a little upset because his daughter said in a statement he would have been thrilled, appreciative, and humbled. He felt that the retiring of a jersey is an ultimate recognition of an athlete. My father was a great family man who would have embraced this well-deserved recognition of many accomplishments. I'm sure y'all know, but he passed back in April.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's all I got, y'all.
KD, that was one heck of a breakdown. But next
really
time,
was.
if it's something
awesome.
negative against the Cowboys, let's omit that. We don't even need to say that on the show. That wasn't even necessary.
I had to share it because I know we have a lot of Cowboy haters, so had to make it a
We got
little.
one right on the show, right to my right or left or whichever way.
Serge, you gonna let that man talk about you like that, Serge?
I think we need to start proofing her
I don't mind.
from now on, just to make sure.
Yeah, KD, you did a little too much right there.
You did. But B Jones, I just know that you have a trivia question regarding maybe Mr. Mitchell or something like that. And this is the fans' chance to get a Sports Life Talk t-shirt.
That's absolutely right. And before going through the question, I do want to shout out Miss Anna Gonzalez and her business, Mike's T-shirt design. She is the one that is outfitting the crew in these gorgeous Sports Life Talk paraphernalia. And if you would like to contact Miss Anna, hit her up at photosonhand@yahoo.com. She can make you a Sports Life Talk t-shirt, or if you have a business or a podcast or something that you're trying to do, she can make t-shirts for your business as well. So we're trying to put you on game with Miss Anna. All right. So you know the rules. First person to get this right on YouTube, Facebook, or our Instagram, I am going to personally go into my pockets and buy you a Sports Life t-shirt so you can look like my man Serge over here with the classic black on. All right. This is going to be a very simple one. So it's going to be a race to whoever can get to it first. Of course, the Washington Redskins was the last team to integrate. But in the comments, I would like for you to tell me who was the first NFL team to integrate and bring in an African-American player, and I want you to name that player. So 2 parts, first team and who was the first African-American NFL football player. Boom, and dress like the cast.
Good trivia question.
Yeah, that was very good.
I definitely don't know. So
I don't
pretty
know.
much. No shirt for me.
not sure for me
You
too.
have-
You weren't getting one no way.
Ooh, okay. Shots fired.
My man.
These days, B Jones got
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry because you was doing real good as the head coach. You had complimented Pam. You complimented KD. You was just throwing the compliments out. So do I get any compliment for the question? The trivia?
I said it was a great question.
You're not the head coach. You're not the head coach. This man is over here.
Oh.
Coach, get a man his props, please.
Can we move on? Maybe he'll get one later. I think this is.
All right, cool. So now we're gonna move on to some local life. And
Okay, wait before we go, Pam. Is it Kenny Washington? Somebody got Kenny Washington. Is that one? But you said 2, right?
It's a team and player.
Team and player.
He's
Okay. Well, it's in the comments, so make sure you're paying attention to the comments because people
Yes.
are trying to answer.
y'all
Because
need to-
Kay Willis got Rams, and then he has Kenny Washington.
I don't know. Y'all can fight over it. B Jones will be the determining judge on that one. I don't have anything to do with that. So, Serge, give us some local life.
So
He was
for
up there.
this week's local life, definitely, trying to find, the right person or athlete, locally, but obviously with sports and schools and everything that are currently shut down, it's really kind of hard to find. But I still wanted to make sure that we found something, that was positive, like we always do. And of course, in a, I guess in a small world scenario, I came across the article on Channel 8 on Monday night, actually, about, a guest who we recently had on, Erica Mollett and Beyond the Ball. And so it was just, first and foremost, it was just great to see that, the reason for us bringing her on was for her to talk about her company and her business and what she's doing in the community, and for the masses, outside of our listeners, to get to be able to see that. It was really great. And Channel 8, featuring her. And, the title read, Cedar Hill Mom creates organization to show youth how sports can lead to great success. So, more importantly, it was making sure that more people were understanding that here in our own backyard, that there is, a company and that's striving to make sure that students and young athletes who are striving to do really great in their sports and eventually would like to go pro, that they don't forget that education is really important, because only a very small percentage of people actually do make it to that pro level. So it's really great to see. I've been seeing some of the stuff on Instagram, because they got the virtual stuff going on with all the kids and the speakers and stuff like that, her camp. So just another shout out to her and Beyond the Ball. And shout out to Channel 8 for recognizing, something that's great being done, even during this quarantine time and COVID, with the COVID and stuff like that, still being able to make something positive happen. Big shout out to her.
Absolutely. Erica is an absolute amazing person. And we will be definitely teaming up with her more, in future events, if we're allowed to get out, or even just on the podcast. We will
Shoot,
be
the way it's looking, we may be
I
out
know.
in January.
2046.
Looking bad.
Yeah.
And then also, Pam, before you go, she just had her first little podcast too.
She did.
A couple of days ago. So her son and some other young men were doing that. So shout out to them.
Yes.
And y'all remember when we were on the show, I had asked her that I wanted to, connect with her outside of the show about some ideas and stuff that I had, and I was able to talk to her last week, and she's fully supportive of the ideas that I brought to the table, and she's going to connect with me some other people. So on my end, I'm kind of putting some things down together, so whenever we do open back up, that we can really start doing some great things for the youth. So I'm looking forward to working with her and all of her colleagues.
Awesome. And so I have the business side of it this week. So let me tell y'all, Saturday, for those that don't know, I am a salon assistant on top of the gazillion other jobs that I do. I think I literally have like 17 jobs, like for real. And so I was tired, but I was hungry, and I was in Little Elm. So, everyone has been putting out these Black-owned businesses and restaurants. And so I decided to hit up Savory Kitchen and Bar in Little Elm. It's over by the beach side of Little Elm. I know a lot of people might not get out there, but it's over on that side. And y'all, I licked my fingers after I ate my chicken. My greens were great. My macaroni and cheese. I sent y'all the plate. The plate was empty. There was nothing left.
It was just a plate.
It was half of the plate, because you damn near ate that too.
It was a plate of bones.
Yeah.
So
The plate was clean. It didn't look like it had any food on it. The bones.
I saw the glass of water that was halfway drink. At least there was a
Why
water.
you
left
drink
there.
all your water? You damn sure ate that food though.
I actually had a drink. I had a Tito's
Oh,
and cranberries. So,
okay.
but it was really, really good. I'm not sure who the chef is. I forgot his name. But if you're ever in the Little Elm area, the restaurant is called Savory Kitchen and Bar, and it's close down by the lake, and it's behind in like a little shopping center area or whatever, kind of in the back. So you have to kind of look for it, but it was absolutely amazing. I had the fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and greens. It's not necessarily soul food though. I feel like it's like American food with like a soulful twist on it, because they have basic things like calamari and burgers and salads. But I was just feeling the chicken. I got 2 thighs and 2 legs, and it was on and popping.
So they lived up to their name. It was Savory.
Savory, yes. Savory
Sure.
Kitchen and Bar in Little Elm, Texas. So
what was the chicken called? Was it like a name for the
fried
chicken?
chicken.
Oh, it was fried chicken. Okay,
Fried
we can
chicken.
tell if it was fried or.
Oh yeah, it was fried. I'm sorry, y'all couldn't tell that from the picture. Yes, I should have taken it
What's
before, but as soon as she put the plate down, because I had been at work since like 6 o'clock that morning. So, and it was 3:30 by this time, so I was starving. So as soon as she put that plate down, I was just like military style.
Going to town.
Yeah, but if people don't know, Miss Gemini Jones, she loves food. So
I
if you
do.
got a cookout, please invite her. And I guess the hot dogs on the tip, she want them burnt. She always say
Oh, I
that,
need
so.
them. Yeah, I like my food burnt a little bit on my barbecue, burnt just a little bit. So.
All right.
All right, Reggie says
to
Savory
know.
Kitchen is his spot. Shout out to Reggie for knowing Savory Kitchen. So, kickoff question for the crew. Do you think they should cancel sports for safety reasons for athletes and the fans? Do you think they should still have sports with no fans? I think we talked about this last week, or maybe we didn't. Some Cowboys players tested positive. So what do you guys think should happen?
There is no way that we're going to have sports this year, especially in Texas with the cases rising every day. Well, now Children's Medical, they're dealing with patients who have the COVID virus. So I don't see us playing sports because it's going to take 1 or 2 people to come in and contaminate everybody.
Please watch your mouth. Oh my God, that would be an absolute utter disaster for me to have to go another 5 months or 6 months without some football. My wife is already getting stressed out by my behavior, and I've started playing Madden a lot more just so I could get some type of sports in my life. Thank God that ESPN has got us some boxing on 2-3 nights out of the week just to give us some kind of combat sports and some type of competitive spirit. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. I don't know what you're gonna do in the state of Louisiana without football. They gonna play football, even if it's in the mud, man. In Louisiana, that's all we do. So you can hang up that we not playing football stuff. I guarantee you, come September the 9th, Death Valley will be packed, bruh. It will be packed. University of Texas versus LSU is going down. You just
I
said
bet you won't be any Texas players there to play against them. I'll tell you that right now. Because we're gonna have to shut down. Because my bad, sir. We're gonna have to shut down though.
I guess. So the question is, do you think they should close it out? I mean, you're already projecting that they will close, right? Obviously, do I think they should? No, because if I can wait till the last absolute minute to have to cancel, I would rather do that. But however, obviously with the way that things are trending, it doesn't look great. But however, the only difference is, and I know Florida is obviously a hot spot now. It's not as bad as Texas, but it is a hot spot. More south, not as bad in Orlando and the other city. I forgot where WNBA is supposed to start playing in. Because of the way that it's structured and the bubble, and guys are going to be basically leaving whatever city that they're in to go to those locations. Pretty quickly in the next like 2 weeks or so. So once they're there, they're supposed to quarantine. There's protocols in place. I mean, and so unless it becomes like a catastrophic thing, which obviously there's a potential for that, I don't see them canceling it. And if they do cancel it, they'll do it right before, they start playing rather than start playing and then cancel it. Because I think they already know that there might, they're going to run into problems with guys getting tested positive for coronavirus. And we've already had a couple of guys test positive, but that's why they have that wiggle room of that 2 to 3 extra weeks so that they can quarantine and kind of get back on the court. Baseball, on the other hand, is a little different because everybody is playing in their own home fields. So that will probably be a little more tricky, even though they're not going to have fans, because of state regulations and things like that. But, if people are just smart and use common sense, we wouldn't be in this position. But, hey, that's near or there. I hope it doesn't get canceled because I'm with B. Jones. I just cannot. I don't know if I'll make. I don't know if I myself will make it that far.
I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's something. It may be an option. And DeMont Hickman said that he read the article today saying it's best to go ahead and build immunity so it can pass over. I ain't trying to get the virus.
45 told y'all to put that cleaning solution in your blood. He already gave you the answer. Y'all just don't want to listen.
I took a bath in it, so I think I'm good. I ain't gonna have corona. I took a bath.
Look here, if you drank Mad Dog 2020, then you're probably good. So
I honestly am. I miss football now. Basketball, for the high school season, of course, with this being Terrence's last year, I will miss that. But football, man, I'm really gonna miss football if there is no football. Like, even if I'm not watching it, just having a football game on a Sunday or a Thursday night is just life.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, Pam. I'm not a Dallas Cowboy hater. Dak is from Shreveport, Louisiana area, and I like Michael Gallup. I like a lot of players on the team, but there is nothing like a Monday afternoon or Monday morning looking at the faces of these people in Dallas after they got beat. It is probably one of the, I would almost rather that feeling than the Saints win on Sunday. I mean, it is.
Can you mute yourself?
Well, no, just don't worry, because I
agree with that.
No, people coming for Drew Brees this year. So when Jameis Winston is your starting quarterback, I don't want to hear nothing. How about that?
Hey, listen, if we could get Jameis Winston's interception ratio down to below, 12 to 11 interceptions on a season, Jameis Winston was a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. The dude threw like 30-something touchdowns and had all over 4,500 yards. So you need to get up on your knowledge before you try to.
No. Jameis Winston, he balls.
And he got that lazy. And he got.
He gonna throw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks, so everybody gonna be in the game. So it's gonna be watchable. How about that?
Hey, the head coach that the Dallas Cowboys want, he actually lives in New Orleans. He got Jameis. Don't you worry about it.
Hey, y'all like these new microphones we have? Do we sound better?
Great.
So,
yeah,
I like the new microphones, y'all. I can't wait till I get mine. So my opinion on canceling sports, I really don't think that they should. I think I'm with my friend Zemo. I think they should build immunity. I have to go to work every day and I'm not making near as much money as these professional athletes, and I'm risking my life every day. So, I mean, just be smart, y'all. Stay healthy. Just do what you're supposed to do.
Sanitize.
Maintain that social distance. Don't sneeze on nobody. Don't cough on nobody. Yeah, let's just move forward.
It's common sense.
Look here, I ain't trying to get a virus, so I ain't trying to build up my immunity. Stay the hell away from me if you ain't got a mask on. How about that?
Okay, well, don't come to the games, KT. Me and Pam will tell you all about them.
Just a FaceTime. Do that, because I ain't going to no games. Y'all ain't gonna make it.
Gemini ain't going nowhere.
Hey, because we're gonna have a new pink and yellow Ranger. Y'all keep playing, keep going out.
If you
replace y'all on the logo with somebody else that looks exactly like y'all, and keep on moving.
Wow, it's like that. You could never replace us.
We'll find out soon. Y'all keep going out.
If we were to look at like how 2019 and every other year before, right when the pandemic hit, we lost March Madness, end of NBA season, NHL if you obviously watch it, beginning of baseball season, NBA playoffs, finals, and right now we would have been in a position where every other year besides 2020, only baseball is the only sport being played, right? But it's like the anticipation of missing out on stuff. So it's really like we can't just count for the next 6 months if we don't have sports. We got to also count the previous 4 months that we've also missed, right? So it's really like 9-10 months of no sports. I mean, it's great.
playing golf.
You know, have UFC and stuff like that in golf, but that excitement isn't there. Possession by possession, you know,
NASCAR.
dribble by dribble. I mean, it's just, man, I can't. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Can y'all imagine if LeBron got COVID or Tom Brady? Could y'all really imagine it? Listen, we already
COVID, man. So it's gonna suck, of course, but okay, that's what you sign up for.
Yeah, but we already lost an all-time great in Kobe. I'm not trying to see more athletes die over a virus just for entertainment. That's all I'm saying.
But it's not also your choice to make, right? I mean, these guys are willing to do this. Obviously, yeah, money is a factor. For some of these guys, it's not just about money. They feel like, hey, that's our job. Like, we have a job, and our job leads to other people having jobs. Right.
And not only that, we not only impacting a season for fans to be entertained, but we are about to impact LeBron's legacy, because the big question mark was, can LeBron go to LA and bring back Showtime? Can he bring back championship greatness to LA? Well, guess what? Now you got a 35-year-old LeBron who last season ended on injury, who now has another season that has ended with an asterisk. So
yeah, but
I don't know. I mean,
you brought up
all the time is undefeated, brother.
Yeah, you brought up a good point. The asterisk. So regardless of this season, if he wins, people are gonna say it was for nothing because it was a shortened season.
But does it really matter 30 years from now? Did he have 4 rings or 3? It doesn't matter.
Anybody that wins a ring this year, you played the sport, right? So it can't be an asterisk if they have a season.
But that's it's a gift and give and a take. I mean, you gotta, if the Mavs somehow win a championship, I'm not gonna be like, man, we kind of tainted our way to get it. No, we didn't cheat. We all every team has to go through
exactly.
The same
so
thing.
If you have a season, then you have to have a champion. And I would love for the Mavericks to win, because it is what it is. That's our team. But we can't put an asterisk next to LeBron's name if he wins it, if there's going to be a champion.
I also want to make sure that, you know, we don't forget that one of the other important things that's currently going on in society, another reason to play, is to obviously bring awareness to the social injustices and the movements that are going on. So it's also that too. Not only is it, even if there's no fans in the stands, it's making sure that that conversation is also being discussed along with us missing out on sports. And, you know, obviously, if it ends up being something that's catastrophic and it just doesn't make sense, all these guys are talking in the leagues, commissioners, owners. I mean, ultimately, they are going to eventually look out for the greater good. And if they have to make that decision to cancel, then they will. But I trust in people that are way smarter than me, with health officials that they talk to on a regular basis, to, you know, tell them what they think they should do. So,
hey, Kevin, Coach Steve, you know, we had him on the show. He told me to tell you. He said, "Tell Ed Reed we playing football."
Well, you tell Coach. I ain't heard from him since Florida whooped the Miami Hurricanes that first game. Where's Coach been?
Right,
Coach coming back. He said he gonna come back. He gonna come back on the show as soon as we get closer to football.
By the way, somebody said we sound great. I believe
that would be my wife listening.
It was your wife and B Jones.
And B Jones' wife.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the wives.
Shout out to the wifey.
Yes, maybe one day we'll have some hubbies listening.
Hey, and B Jones, if he calling me Ed Reed, I mean that must be great then, because that's one of the greatest stages to ever play. I appreciate you, Coach.
And it means you from Louisiana, so congratulations.
Hell no, never mind.
You part of the family.
I don't want to start that Louisiana conversation again. So we're going to move on to our first topic.
My bad, Coach.
We're going to move on to our first topic, which is Trace Young has made a unprecedented move. And I said unprecedented and not unprecedented, just so y'all know there's two different words. So he made an unprecedented move to only consider historically Black colleges. Why are you laughing at me, B. Jones? Consider HBCUs. And that's a move that a few athletes make. So he has decided to go to Alabama State University and be a Hornet. So he's to be joining the ASU Hornets. So HBCUs, I personally would absolutely love. I feel like I missed out on my chance. My top choice for schools was Spelman, and my mom looked at those out-of-state fees and said, "No, ma'am, you're gonna go to Tech where you got the scholarship money." And I was like, "Okay," but I really wanted to go to an HBCU, and I would absolutely love for Terrence to go to one. So, how would y'all feel about your kids attending an HBCU? B. Jones, I you don't even have to answer because I already know. So
know what?
nothing. KD,
You going, KD?
Katie wants
We'll let KD know.
So I'm gonna go first. So I would love for my daughter to go to a HBCU college. I think it would be dope because it's something that I couldn't experience, really didn't know much about it as well. So I really want her to. Her dad is like really against it, which I think is crazy. But we both have conversations with her, and ultimately it's her decision, but I think it would be dope as hell for her to go to a HBCU.
As long as she'll go to that one school,
What one school?
B. Jones's school. As long
What
as she
school
don't
is
go
that?
there.
But that's not an HBCU, is it?
No. I'm just saying. I'm just bringing it up.
Oh,
in general.
okay.
Yeah, because
As long as she don't go there, unless
I'm
the money, unless
I'm
they give
glad
them
the
free
fans
money.
seeing how y'all act.
Yeah.
I'm glad the fans seeing how y'all act. This ain't me. I'm the only one wearing the purple and gold. I'm representing,
Yeah.
but I'm
'Cause
getting a
when
lot of
you
smoke.
said that was in his top 3, my jaw dropped. I said the top 3 LSU. Oh Lord.
Look
Top
here, the
three from
only
the
way
bottom.
y'all kids can go is if they're getting free money to go there. If y'all have to pay, please don't let them go to that school.
yeah, so to all the listeners, we had a conversation this week in the group chat. Pam's son, LSU, is in his top 3, and it's number 3. And for my daughter, it's her number 1 choice. So
A part of my heart dropped when he
Hey, I'm blaming the parents on this. Y'all need to do better.
No, I'm blaming B. Jones because I think he hears what we say, and I think he's like, oh, let me think about LSU because he has to hear it every single Wednesday.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this: you can't pick a better school in the country or a better city in the country than Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You get the opportunity to be on the HBCU campus with Southern University right across the street, so you're around our people. You got the best food in the world. You're 45 to 50 minutes away from New Orleans. You get the opportunity to go to Jazz Fest, Essence Festival. They're gonna be a part of Mardi Gras, so they're gonna be able to get the car with their girls or their guys, go party on the weekend, come back to campus. It's insulated. Everything is within 15 to 20 minutes, so they don't have to have a hellified source of transportation. You can't beat Baton Rouge, Louisiana, baby. Laissez bon.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know what beats Baton Rouge is New Orleans because Dillard University is there.
Hey, you got, that's what I'm saying. You got Dillard, Xavier, all that down the street, Tulane. Man, come on. Put
Okay,
that
so-
yellow
no.
jersey on, man.
Back to the question.
Yes.
I'm mad I got us off topic. I would love to see more people go to HBCUs, but here's the thing, and I love to see it. Remember that they don't have the resources to compete with some of these major universities. So that's going to be the one thing, unless we got some NBA players that come and start throwing money to some of these HBCUs and corporations, pick them up. I would love to see it happen. Because what's the other school, B. Jones, where it's like 4 kids are going there? Is it
You know what? I can't remember.
Norfolk, something with an N?
One of those kids was top 100 in the country, though.
And they're going there. But it's all about money, and some of these colleges can't compete.
Yeah.
I tell you what, and let's just go back in time. What would have happened if the Fab Five freshmen, who all of those 5 freshmen were highly prominent, these guys were center stage. When Chris Webber, they knew his name. Jalen Rose, people knew his name. I guarantee you, if let's say a class with Zion and Ja Morant would have went down to Grambling University, I guarantee you ESPN would have been there every single game. Do you hear me? And if ESPN is there, that means you got 30 NBA scouts at every single game, and then the revenue will come. The TV rights will come. The problem is you need consistency. You can't just have 1 or 2 superstars do it. You really need, out of the top 100 African-American kids, you need them to make a very concerted effort to show up and show out and then bring the audience there to them. It's going to happen. The revenue will change. The whole mindset will change. But right now, you do suffer from schools that don't have any type of budget. And if I'm a kid sitting at the house and I want to play for an opportunity at a championship, I have to go to one of the big schools. And then you look at a school like LSU or Alabama or UT, they are going to give you the opportunity to play on ESPN every Saturday or on Tuesdays if you're playing basketball, and they're also going to give you the opportunity to win a ring and be scouted at a high level against the best. But mark my words, if more kids made that commitment, which I hope they do, because I would definitely put on a Southern University jersey and be a Jaguar out, those kids, hey, the money will come with the players.
So, B. Jones, didn't you? I know.
Hold on,
go ahead,
Kate.
Pam.
I need
Go
to
ahead.
say something because what's his name? He just made this comment talking about those Creole women are banging. That's exactly why my son does not need to go there, because I want him to complete 4 years without a child. Okay, I don't want to be a grandmama yet, so that's why he needs to stay out of New Orleans, stay out of Louisiana altogether.
Yeah, but B. Jones, didn't you mention we talked off air about some of those? They're not even in the conference where they can make it to the tournament.
That's absolutely right. Well, I mean, if you want to look at most of these schools, and even if they do, let's hypothetically say you get a one and done class in basketball, they may not. Well, in basketball, they actually can make it to the 64 if they win their conference title. But like in football, you would have to win almost 3 or 4 years undefeated before they give you an opportunity to play in maybe one of those New Year's Six bowls. Look at what the Boise State kind of set the standard of a team that sucked, I guess you could say, or out of nowhere program, and they had to win over and over and over again, and then they finally upset Oklahoma, and that's when everybody was like, okay, if Boise State can make it, they can make it. Same thing with UCF. UCF is kind of on that same maturation process to where they've showed that, hey, we can go undefeated and we can beat all these other schools, but football is a different animal. It's going to be a lot tougher.
All right.
Yeah, I think HBCU schools, I mean, obviously the sports and athletes guys, once they start stepping up more and prominent names go there, it's obviously going to change the game. But I also think just even, people who end up being, say, valedictorians in their high schools and stuff, people are top of their classes in schools, maybe that are not in sports. But even those people who maybe get opportunities to go to bigger name schools, if they also start going and turning around, their medical programs or their law programs and things like that, I think it's going to be something that's evolving. And I think with everything that's going on currently, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll start seeing a lot more prominent, high-ranked kids, whether they're in sports or in their own high-ranked in class, will start going to more HBCU schools, so we can start changing and even out the balance of the numbers so that it looks more like an even level playing field.
Absolutely. All right, so topic number 2 for this week, Josh Gordon. He has asked the NFL to be reinstated. Now, the man has been suspended 3+ times. He's played for the Browns, he's played for the Patriots, and most recently for the Seahawks. So do y'all think he should be given another chance? One more chance. Maybe the 4th or 5th time is a charm. Maybe he learned his lesson. Maybe he's been in quarantine, self-loving and getting to know himself and realizing that maybe he does have some issues. So should he be given another chance?
These two dudes is crazy. The ring is the thing. You don't play football with Boy Scouts. Weed should have been legal anyway. As a matter of fact, the new collective bargaining agreement, they won't even be tested. Let Josh Gordon get an opportunity to be back on the team. Josh Gordon could probably be a number 1 wide receiver for at least 10 teams. And then, as far as the other ones, he could be a solid wide receiver number 2. Listen, he broke the rules. So there's going to have to be some accountability and understanding as to why he consistently broke the rules. But like somebody just said, the guy got some mental health issues, and weed can help it. Let the man smoke. Catch the ball, football.
But do we know that it's just weed, though? Because I heard it was something else
is.
that may have been involved in that. And listen here, B. Jones, don't be trying to assume what I was thinking. I was going to say, yeah.
Me too.
I was shaking my head no, probably at you. Look here, he's fighting demons. So, of course, I want him to get another chance. But look, KD, Pam, how many times are you going to give a man, how many chances are you going to give to a man to keep coming back and forth in your life?
You
and expect him to do right.
You don't even have to ask me. You already know.
That's what I'm saying. So if we keep allowing him to come and not get him the right help, it's for nothing.
Absolutely. That's what's wrong with.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sad. I mean, it's like, I wouldn't mind giving him a chance, but it just, you set the standard for somebody else to do it. And it was like, well, he got a second chance and a third chance and a 4th chance, 5th chance. Why can't I get a second chance or a 3rd chance? And I think you don't want to start setting precedents where you're continuously giving guys opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and nobody's forcing you to do anything. You're just messing it up yourself, and you've gotten the resource, the help. Teams are willing to help you, give you the proper, not just strength and conditioning coaches, but even, to deal with your mental side of things. I mean, giving you the doctors and, whatever help you need that they're giving you, and you're still finding. And I think I also got to look at the field. Like, he hasn't really been that productive when he is out there. So I have to take that into consideration too. Like, he's not the Josh Gordon that made the name famous. Josh Gordon when he was with
Cleveland.
the Browns. Yeah. And so if I'm a team, I just the NFL, I guess, like, you got to set some policies in place where, like, I don't know. I mean, because he could not mess up again. But then if you're a team and you take that chance and you pay him some money and you bring him in to be your number 2 and he doesn't produce, and it's like, you might have probably been better off with somebody else, because I just don't think the value on the field has really been productive enough to warrant that, and if he was performing, as long as he's on the field, he's performing great, but then he just has a problem, that's one thing. But I think, as you saw recently when he was with New England, I mean, he had a spurt here and a spurt there, but overall, I just didn't see this Josh Gordon of Cleveland Browns.
But what wide receiver comes out of New England outside of Julian Edelman that you're like, oh my goodness, he was all world? I mean, that's an equal opportunity. That's an equal, man. Randy Moss was 10 years ago. That's an equal opportunity offense in which no wide receiver is really going to thrive. I do understand. I do agree. What you're saying is that Josh Gordon had performed up to this all world type caliber. But hey, the good word says we forgive individuals 70 times, 70 times, 7 times, 70 times. You know what?
You know the Bible.
I know a lot of things, all right? And so, hey, forgive them. It's football. Move on. As a matter of fact, it may be an opportunity to shine a light on, like somebody said, a mental health issue, and that you can overcome. Even if he only catches 5 passes this next year, give Josh Gordon an opportunity to get back out there and play football.
Shouldn't there be a stipulation, like people have to complete anger management classes, or so why?
He's done all that.
Oh, he already did all that. Oh,
supposedly. I mean, he's been
multiple
suspended.
times.
Yeah, he's been suspended for a whole season.
He
I think
still keeps getting chances because they see the talent.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
well, we'll see what happens. He might not be playing anything because I don't think there'll be any football to play.
It's not looking good.
Anyway, B. Jones, let's talk about the drop.
The
What you
drop
got this week.
All right, so y'all know I'm an Air Jordan fanatic. So this week I decided to change it up a little bit. The Adidas Yeezy Quantum Barium, a big word. It will retail this weekend in the drop for about $250. This is going to be a very exclusive tennis shoe. It's a basketball style shoe that debuted at All-Star Weekend, and it has been highly anticipated since then. If you are a sneakerhead, this is probably one that you would want to go out and cop, because the resale value on this shoe is probably going to be insane. It could possibly double over the weekend. That's how nice this shoe is. Now, personally, I'm not, like I said, I'm more of a Jordan fan, but this is a sneaker that if I had a little bit of extra cash and not tricking off for t-shirts for the fans, I probably would get. Now, if you are a Jordan fanatic like me and you like, B, what J's are coming out? The Jordan Low Concord Breeds are going to come out, and they are just, I don't know if you know what the Concords are. They're probably one of the I guess you could say just pillar shoes that Jordan, I think, as a matter of fact, I want to say he won his 5th ring. It may have been a 6th ring in those shoes, and they are just they phenomenal. And they'll be releasing this weekend. It might have been 4. And then on the music side, so we could kind of go through it. I heard some banging records this weekend. You would never know that the government is telling us that the economy is back, because you got people like Wale dropped an album, Imperfect Storm, which I heard the first 5 songs on it. Every song was automatic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. City's Girls, like Kevin said, made it clap. City Girls got a new CD coming out, and I heard it shot up the tracks pretty fast. Tiana Taylor got a smooth album known as The Album.
Now that is a nice album. I was listening to it in the truck, but it's 29 songs.
It's 20. Well, I only heard about 8.
3.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big fan of Tiana Taylor's voice, but she did a good job putting together a collection of music. All of them pretty much, sounded decent. I was a little bit confused by her album release party, and everybody was wearing these prison type jumpsuits. I guess she was trying to. She was trying to do the whole COVID thing. Yeah, that didn't. I didn't understand that one, but. Maybe y'all could tell me about some of the gossip, the tea that went down at that little party. I heard there was a couple of little disputes. But if you're a Black Eyed Peas fan, they dropping a new one. John Legend came out with a new album, and my personal banger of the week goes to Miss Shirlene. If you're a social media fan, she is known as the Christie Show. She came out with a Black Lives Matter song called Black, and it is hilarious. I love the song. I sing it every morning, just getting myself ready for work.
Man, reading these comments by Coach, I don't know if he's being serious or not. Talking about the baby handstand twerk, he should get a Grammy. I don't know if he's trying to be funny because I don't think the baby gonna get no Grammys. But okay,
No, baby ain't getting no Grammys. All right.
He ain't getting no Grammy, but he's blowing up. I could say that.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So it is everyone's favorite time of
Hey,
the
wait, real
show.
quick. Hey, Lil Scoop. Scoop Johnson. We talked about Lil Baby last week. We had we did his song in the drop. So don't trust me. We gave Lil Baby his props, man.
You need to watch every week so you can keep up with what's dropping, Scoop.
Look, Scoop.
Now, the favorite time of the show, the Manhattan Project.
Hey, the
I
man.
feel like we need that. I feel like we need that encore by Jay-Z. That dun,
We
dun,
need a little
dun, dun,
something
dun,
to give you a
dun.
big
Thank you,
with that.
thank you.
But it is time for the Manhattan Project, where you will get your drink of the week and a show recap.
Yes. So my drink of the week, I can never ever remember the name of the liqueur. So this time, y'all, I brought the bottle. So it is Bombay Gin, the Sapphire. So you mix about a shot and a half of the gin, and then the other half you're gonna add some Saint Germain. This is a liqueur, and it's elderflower, y'all. It's pretty good, and this is a good mixer. You can mix it with anything. You can add it to your liquor, your champagne, whatever. But the drink of the week features Fever Tree, just the tonic. It's so good. My favorite is tonic. I love mixing drinks with tonic. So if y'all try it, y'all let me know what y'all think of it. So we finished Insecure last week, and we started a new show this week, but I feel like we're still kind of unsure if we're gonna stick with I May Destroy You. It's
I'm with
now,
it.
Katie, we already went 3 episodes, so we
Yeah,
can.
I'm in it.
okay,
Yeah, me too.
we're committed. Oh my gosh. I never
I don't know if I can stay committed on this one.
why?
Watch
Why?
episode 3 and then
Put your
Yeah,
subtitles
yeah,
on. Put your
If y'all-
subtitles on.
Oh no! First off, I love the actor. I love the acting. I love the way they put it together. It is all very classy and tasteful. But I feel like I'm watching the Bill Cosby Chronicles, and I already know where this thing is going. They could have called it Blackout. They could have called it Who Do You Trust? It's a lot of issues in this TV show.
Okay,
So-
Somebody's about to get destroyed. So
Yeah.
So we're gonna just do like a recap of the 3. I'm gonna let y'all know like where I have questions at. So on the second episode, the show is called I May Destroy You. So on the first episode, it's kind of like who's gonna destroy the main character. But then on the second episode, we have some like we have a married couple who's kind of seems to be messing around with other people, like kind of like an open relationship. So
Mhm.
you kind of wonder, okay, so is somebody trying to ruin that marriage? And is that where this may destroy you? But then on the third episode, I need help. Like somebody help me with the third episode. Because
Yeah, you talking about the 3rd episode? She was wilding out.
yeah, I am totally confused. No, and she wasn't wilding out. Well, the
I'm
friend
talking
was
about the friend. That's what I'm talking about. The friend.
friend.
Well, I think what they're trying to show you is how fragile their emotional states are, and it's almost like when you watch the main character, you could tell she's living in some kind of controlled chaos, because you could tell she's about her business. She's working, she's accomplishing certain things, she's out in the city, she's living in what looks like a Chicago version of something in England, or maybe like a New York version. So you could tell she's kind of got a head on her shoulder, right? But you can also could tell that she's got some addictive properties, that she has some kind of kamikaze about her, that's self-destructing. She's willing to do anything, go anywhere, and hang with just so many random people that it puts her in a situation that could be endangering. So I think I think they want you to have that kind of vibe, to see her party, to see how reckless she could have been, and how it all caught up with her on that one ill-fated night.
which we
Yeah,
still
I
don't know
think-
what happened that night. I guess at the end of the series.
Right. Well, what trying to get to the bottom of it, and obviously, I'm sure as the show goes on. So the show is actually, I think it was covered over in England through BBC, and I think because it became really popular and it was a hit, now they've put it out here in the US. So I think also when you look at like some of the lifestyle aspect of it compared to how it is there versus to compare to how it is here, obviously there's some similarities, but there's also the some style of the freedom, I guess, that they or she's enacting in going out, and maybe the friendliness of people, or just like the vibe of the crowd, and there is some similarities, but you can also see the difference. And I think it does just boil down to the fact that she does have addiction problems. She does have, but it's like she has these demons, even though she's great at what she does when maybe she's able to concentrate and focus. But now something has happened that hasn't happened before, even with doing all these drugs and whatever, that may destroy her because of this one thing that she can't actually remember all of it actually happening. And I think that's why, going forward into, I think KT said there might be 10 episodes on the show, but going forward, it is going to be interesting to see, is she eventually able to recollect? Is she going to able to figure out who the guy was and confront him and get to the bottom with Simon? And I think those are the things that obviously are the makes it what's intriguing so far after 3 episodes.
But the one thing that was like nasty in episode 3, why are you picking up that? Come on, man, that was too much.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, I don't even want to talk about that on this episode. She's like, don't you think somebody's gonna bring it up? I'm like, but I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put it on mute.
Man, when she dropped it at the club and I saw those wings, I was done. I was like, ma'am, I need you to learn what. But then, y'all, okay, how did she go from having that on to then later on? Remember, she was like, well, he had. Because that's not what you had on initially when you went out. Because we saw you.
Right.
But then
See, I ain't even pay no attention to that.
Well, no, she changed clothes when they went out.
You haven't watched episode 3, that's why, right, B. Jones?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember?
That's why. When you watch it, you'll get it. You'll get what we're talking about.
She changed clothes, and then when they came back.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, then went out like that. She should have gone out initially with that, and not with what she had. So
when episode 2 ended, or towards the ending of episode 2, when T, she goes by T, right? Terry,
Terry, yeah.
When she starts crying, but she makes it seem like she's crying because she failed at her little audition. But in reality, she's feeling bad for something that she did, or she was part of, something bad happening to the main character. So, I was like, oh. Like, so she's part of this potentially in some sort of way. And I think when you do the flashback in episode 3, she's over here thinking she's having a good old time and she's getting it her way. But then when she sees those dudes walking off after they got done doing their business,
they were free.
Oh, I got played. Like, it was a
duh.
And I mean, I knew that as it was happening, but I was like, well, she'll figure it out for sure.
They up there high five and everything in the party.
Right. Yeah.
Man, wouldn't have to pay for none of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch episode 2 and 3 over again because I didn't get all of that.
Yeah, you gotta rewatch that. But
and I can see why it's very confusing for sure.
KD, did you watch the verses? Did y'all do the verses? John Legend,
yes.
Please.
So I watched the whole entire thing, y'all, and it was so good. It was so worth every minute. I watched it on Apple though. I didn't watch it on Instagram. So I'm curious to see. I know KT talked about the number of views on Instagram, so I'm curious to see what the total numbers were with Instagram.
I think it ended up being over like 700.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I think.
I mean,
but when I turned it on, Alicia Keys was like, "Hey, that's the end." I was like, "Oh, my bad."
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. My friend was helping me do some stuff, and so we turned it on. But it was pretty good. I'm not really a John Legend or Alicia Keys fan anymore. I like the old ones and not the new ones per se. But listening to them play some of their older songs, and then there were some songs that I didn't know that they either wrote or played on or whatever. I was like, oh, that's my song. I didn't know John Legend did that. Like American Girl from Estelle. That's like one of my favorite songs. So
Katie, who do you think won?
Oh, Alicia Keys for me.
I figured. Okay.
Yeah, but John Legend, I didn't know that he had all them hits with Kanye. I didn't know.
His
I
first
learned
album.
much about John Legend in this, and I like appreciate him more.
Yeah.
And I really miss the old Kanye, y'all.
Yeah, everybody does. But hey, we got Fabulous and Jada Kiss next
Okay, when is that?
on the 29th.
Ooh, Jada, my boy, man. You know, that's he in my top
Next
5.
Monday. Okay.
Yep. So that's the next verses.
I like Fabo too.
You know, Fab and Emily have a baby coming. Side note, gossip.
Yes, they got a girl. He's gonna be a girl dad.
Yeah, but Fab be laying them hands on folks too, so you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, speaking of music stuff, y'all saw Ja Rule doing this
Commercial.
house party. Yeah.
The
Well,
guy-
no. The commercial is
Greek-
one thing, but
commercial.
he's doing the house party performances.
Nah,
I
ain't seen that.
No.
Yeah.
Times are tough,
No, the
man. You got to
commercial
get it
was
where
for the gyro restaurant, right? The commercial was for the gyro thing. But
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
actually 50 Cent. Obviously, called him out for and you got into a point where you're getting hired to do house party gigs. So yeah, that was not a good look.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he-
get your money where you can get your money.
Pretty much he ain't coming to my house though. He probably got something.
Hey, no, I didn't see none of those people wearing masks. They look
Yeah.
just like those people at Zeke's party. Dak's party.
All right, B Jones.
Why you got to throw that in there? Because it's relevant.
Hey, that got 31.4 million reasons to have a house party right now. So
Absolutely, and I'll be right there. Oh no.
all right.
Right.
Mhm.
B Jones, you got to eat this week?
Yeah, we got to yeet, and this one it's not an over elaborate one. I know a lot of times I talk about people who raised the dead and who walked over the burning coals. This one was very simple, but at the same time, to me, it had an immense impact on not just the people that he did it for, but also those who were able to be a part of the Black Lives Matter. So Tory Lanez, who is one of my favorite MCs, he teamed up with Amazon and DoorDash, part of his Dream City Fund, and they hosted an event known as the 100 Black Fathers. And so the premise was recently released fathers who didn't get the opportunity to spend Father's Day with their kids. This was their first Father's Day with their kids. They were able to get them gifts and get them food and just basically create this experience like no other. I wish I could get like a interview from one of the fathers who participated and find out what kind of swag Tory Lanez and Amazon got them. So I don't have all that stuff, but I just thought, hey, that's a tremendous type of activity, considering that we're in the midst of talking about prison reform, criminal reform, and all kind of things like that, where we don't know how many. I'm assuming that 100 of these Black guys were probably arrested for either something that they shouldn't have been arrested for, or maybe it was something that they shouldn't have been in jail as long as they are. So shout out to Tory Lanez. That's huge. We appreciate you for just taking your stardom, your fame, your success, and being bigger than yourself, doing something, giving back to the community. We always talk about people not having to give back. Tory Lanez put his money where his mouth is. And I've been hearing some stuff like Trey Songz giving back. Meek Mill's giving back, so hopefully I'll be able to throw some yeets their ways in the future. But Tory Lanez, for your commitment, your dedication, your tenaciousness, you deserve a yeet.
Yeet.
All right. Coach, I was under the table because I had to plug my computer up because it was dying. Thank you very much for noticing. We're good now.
Oh, and yeah, I'm drinking wine like water because it's good. And
He
do I
is on one tonight, is he not?
Hey, y'all know how Coach is. Come on now.
He needs to watch every week. All right, y'all. So it's a 2-minute warning. I feel like we need like a sound, like a buzzer or something. KT,
I do all the sounds with my mouth.
okay, go ahead. So now we have
We need the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, we want good sounds though.
No, not gonna do it. Oh, okay, never mind.
You did good. You did
tried,
good.
though. You tried. You tried.
Hey, sir, you want to give a shout out to the podcast you was on, man?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
First of all, if
man,
you let me hold on, sir.
go ahead.
Coach, if you let me do my job, I was trying to get there for who was going to do shout
I'm
out.
muting my mic.
Please do. So, Serge, would you like to give a shout out to the podcast you were on this week?
Sure. No, well, I was on the show actually last week with them, but
Okay.
no, it was great to be on with the Game Break Sports. They're two brothers and another gentleman. It was great. Obviously, I had to, just like our show, I had to deal with Cowboy fan. So, but it wasn't nothing new to me. So I was able to get by with everything that's going on. We talked about obviously Dak's contract, or should he get paid? What is he worth, and things like that. But and it was great, and I'm looking forward to potentially being on their show again, and hopefully we can also return the favor and get one of the members from their podcast on our show as well. So shout out to Game Break Sports. They're also on Instagram at Game Break Sports if anybody wants to go out and check them out.
All right, awesome. And KD, I believe you as well as I have a birthday shout out. So I will let you go first on your birthday shout out.
Okay.
Since
So
we're talking about 50 Cent in the comments, go shawty.
Yeah,
It's your
go
birthday.
shot.
Hey.
Hey, let's do the dance. Hey. No, so I want to shout out to my new best friend. I don't want to say his name because y'all be nosy as hell.
Yeah, we're gonna ask you that after the show anyway. So go ahead.
Happy birthday to Houston Bay. I hope you enjoyed your 37th celebration. Yeah, happy birthday.
She said, "Bay."
Sure did.
I'm speechless right now. All right, B. Jones, I believe you have a
Yeah,
birthday shout out
First,
yourself.
my brother celebrated his birthday on June 20th. Happy birthday, Hollywood. My boy
What's up,
Colin.
T?
Yeah, he one of the OG fans of the show. Colin been rocking with us since day one. He turned 35 tomorrow, I believe. And my stepfather, he turned 64 last week. So I want to give all them happy birthday. But also, since we got Coach on the mic today acting a fool, Coach is back at it. He having a new organization called Dallas Elite Eagles. He sent me some information over, so I definitely want to plug them in. Tryouts are going to be July the 5th and the 12th at Hackberry Park. I'm not sure where you can find it, but I do know that you can reach out to Coach. I'm pretty sure he'll put his information into the comment section. If you got a kid that wants to play, hit him up. He'll talk to you about club fees and what they plan on doing. But I guarantee you'll love your kid being coached by Coach because he's gonna push them. But y'all gonna have a good time. As you can see, Coach is a ball of fun. So,
All right, Serge, you
Since we're
have
doing birthday shout outs, yeah, I wanted to give a belated birthday shout out to my wife. Her birthday was on Juneteenth, on this past Friday, and also my Dallas GOAT, Dirk Nowitzki, who also celebrates the same birthday, Juneteenth. So, big birthday shout out to the big German.
all right, KT, do you have any birthday shout outs?
I do not.
All right, well, let me do my birthday shout out.
Save the best for last. Drum roll, everybody, drum roll.
I think she about to sing. I don't think we need a drum
No,
roll.
I'm not. Happy birthday. And I was told what to say, but y'all know me. I'm not gonna say what I was told to say.
Don't get hit in your eye.
Happy birthday to the most annoying, irritating, sarcastic man that I know, who is turning 55 today. And I'm not gonna say the last line I had made up, but for real though, shout out to Alton, my trainer. Happy birthday. He's 46 actually. So
I'm about to say you gonna get bust right in your eye when he see you.
all right, so that is our show tonight. Well, join us next week, same time, 8:00 ish.
Episode 50.
We could
Hey,
Are we
Pam,
gonna
you
do
got to
that? Are we gonna do
acknowledge.
50 Cent?
Hey, send a shout out to all the people that interacted with us tonight. That was a blast. Probably one of the best hours we've had. We appreciate you showing up and showing out. We hope that you'll tell a friend so they can watch this video later and realize how much fun they missed.
Right. Yes. And Coach, you are on one today.
We gotta
And
get him on the
his birthday
show.
was June 20th, his birthday. So shout out to Coach. How did he say his name? Gervasier?
Now you just making up something. Just stop. That's Coach. Golly,
Coach. All right, Coach.
it's a Drake.
And
now?
don't forget to go check out the website at www.sportslifetalk.com. It's
Yes.
it's a lot of work going to that website. So we made it for you so you could come in, interact with us, and just have a good time on the website as well. Got some polls, got the recipe for the drink. You know, we got a little bit of everything for everybody on the website.
We
So
have
check it out.
uncut gems.
Oh, when she dropped a new gym this week too. Ooh, it was fire. It was fire.
All right, y'all. So we will see you again next week. Don't forget to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Join us next week. You see, we're commenting with y'all, so we love the interaction. So make sure you join us. Happy birthday to everybody that we shouted out, and we look forward to seeing y'all again next week with episode 50, dedicated to 50 Cent.
No, just because he
Go.
touched on fell
Go.
on your booty, I mean,
Go.
we
Yeah,
not doing that.
Touch on my booty. I'm gonna post that pic this week.